Hi, everybody. Okay, so if you guys notice my titles, I don't use OMG a lot because um, I try not to overuse it, and really, there are only a few moments that are really worthy of those letters. So, but today is a day. So, okay, I gotta give props to Bold because when they say they're going on vacation, they really go on vacation. Okay, like they said they were going to go to Naples, and they're in Naples today. And everyone's there, meaning Brooke and Ridge, and even Nick is there, and they're there for some kind of launch, as always. And so well, Eric's hope is that the magic of Italy brings Book and Ridge back together again. But Nick has his own plan. But like I said, ladies and maybe some gentlemen, don't get too attached to the character of Nick Maroney because Jack Wagner isn't going to be there long. So the fact that they can't have a long-term relationship because unless Catherine Kelly Lang, who plays Brooke, intends to be off screen for a while, but I don't really think that because they write for her almost every day. So why would you take a hiatus now? I don't know. Um, yeah. So what's funny about the character of Taylor? Well, it's not even the character of Taylor. Okay, let me back up a little. All right. I've said this before, I'll say it again, I'll probably say it until I'm dead. But I have no problem with Rebecca Budding. And I thought about it because they obviously like Rebecca Budding as a person because she was in a scene with Jennifer Garris, who plays Donna, Eric and Donna. And so Donna and she are talking, and she says once again, you know, I trust Ridge, and I'm like, okay, don't believe you. Okay, but here's the reason why I think they like Rebecca Buddy because she was eating up a storm in today's scene, and I mean like genuine food. So I don't think it was prop food. And the reason I say that is because sometimes I have been duped in past years where I'm like, wow, they're really eating that. And they're like, no, it's fake. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they just have prop food. Mm, I don't know. Okay. So, let's see. What else? I'm trying to tell you everything in a linear fashion here. Okay, okay. Now, I didn't mean to do this. I really didn't do it on purpose. But I left the last bit, the best bit, as last. Okay, so you gotta follow me here. Uh, Naomi Matsuda, who plays Lee, is supposed to be a doctor and whatever, right? So she announces to Finn, her adopted son, that she's going to take a leave of absence. And I'm like, leave of absence? I'm thinking in my own head, okay? Leave of absence? Why? Why would you take a leave of absence? And I'm like stuck on that. And I'm like, why would you take a leave of absence? Why? And I'm trying to jog my brain into like, why would she take a break? Why would she take a break? Literally. And then she's talking to Finn, and Finn says, "What I was kind of thinking, like you're taking a break because you don't understand. This character has the work ethic like I had never seen in my life. Okay, she is always a doctor. She's always doing something. So the fact that she takes any kind of break is like really." And she says to try to play it up. She says, "Yeah, maybe I'll take maybe I'll get some rest or read a book or whatever. And Finn says, you? And she says, anything is possible. And then she says, real quick, oh, and I have to take care of something. And Finn says, but we're not done with the discussion, you know. And she says, well, I just got to go now. And I'm like, thinking in my head, where is she going? And what's she going to do? And then lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to something. Okay, because remember how I thought Luna was unalive? Because she told everybody Luna is unalive. And remember how I told you about the reaction that Poppy had, yada yada. I really thought that they took the character off, and I'm like, but she's like cranking up a thing, like Lee's cranking up something, and I'm like, what is she doing? And lo and behold, there's Luna in a hospital bed. Holy, I lost it. For about a minute, I lost it. Because I'm like, oh my God, wow, okay, they didn't do that. Okay, so they're going to do something. Then my brain starts going into like, okay, if she's back on the campus, what are they going to do with her? Are they going to make her a good girl now? Is she going to try to make amends with everybody? She's still going to be shunned out of town? Is she going to try to make amends with them? This is how fast my brain is working, okay? But I'm like, holy. I just kept saying holy. Wow. Okay. I'm here for it. End of July. Mark the date. Today is July 30th or 29th. So 2 more days in July, the month of August, and they could give her a whole nother storyline. Well, of course she has to get out of the coma. But oh wow. Oh wow. Oh jeez. Hey, but this also goes into the whole, like, you know how I always say that, it was nice to see Sheila and Luna kind of bonding and everything. And the fact that I always say Sheila has 9 lives. Well, I mean, the joke was always 9 lives and 9 toes when she had 9 toes. Now I guess it's 9 lives and 8 toes. I don't know. But anyway, I say that because they have tried to unalive Sheila so many times in the different scripts and stuff, and they just never do. Well, obviously, because, whatever. But what I'm saying is, maybe the granddaughter will take after her in more ways than one, because she has to be on her, well, kind of third life, if you consider the fact that she was in prison or whatever until Bill got her out of that. And then she's a free woman until she went on the spree again. And then I thought she was unalive. So she's on her third life at this point. Or second for sure. But like, I don't know, third thing. You know what I mean? Not like third life, but like third turn. So yeah, it's just gonna be one of those. I can see it already, and I wouldn't be surprised if some people faint when they find out that she made it or something. You know, now I want to know how they're gonna write it, because it's gonna be really interesting there. So as you can tell, I'm really excited. It like gave me new life because I was like, wow. And I mean, if you remember my other videos, about how they did Luna. I was not happy with that. And I was actually sad for this woman, young girl, Lisa Yamada. Never met her, but I felt bad for her. So, yay! So, oh my god. But oh my god, the fallout. Alright. Bye, everybody.